Freedom 35, 5, 5, 5.
Dude, start the podcast.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody. Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast, episode 85, technically episode 86. For all the OGs out there, my name is Tommy. I go by TOMMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
And tonight, Tom Heads with the Z. Tom Head. What does that mean, man?
You have to see. Maybe later in the episode we'll be talking about that. Who knows?
Heads up.
7 up.
7 up? Damn.
Dude.
Why was it called that? Oh, 7
I don't know.
up, I guess. 7 were picked. I always
Yeah,
connected
a
it to
smaller
the soda.
classroom, though.
It made no sense in my head because I always thought of the soda.
I just saw the soda. I never even referenced the fact that there were 7 up. Yep.
And I used to
So,
cheat
yeah,
every time.
yeah.
Look at everyone's shoes.
Oh, you look at the shoes. Yeah, for sure.
So what's the difference in shoes?
The more you know. We got LL2J. LL2J?
LL2J? Yeah. Why?
What's that mean?
I don't know. Find out later.
Got a
See you
music
next
career
time.
going? Oh, all right.
Tommy
Roll
did
to-
before we started this episode.
Hey, bro. PvP me. All right. Not 1v1 me. PvP me.
That sounded like you said PB.
PvP. PvP me. That's a little tongue twister. Say that
It
fast.
is.
That's quite a bit of those. Yeah, P's and E's.
Say that fast real quick, Tom. Do it. Just give me a PvP me.
PvP me?
It sounds like PvP. All right. That's a little bit of we'll get into
Are you
that.
telling me
a
to
little
fight
later
you?
as well.
Is that what we're doing
Basically,
right
that's
now?
like a funny
You
way to
fight?
say it.
Alright.
Yeah. Let's
All the way
fight.
over.
Oh, well, instead of 1v1 me, it's PvP me.
Me.
IRL PvP me?
Yeah.
PvPVE.
Sure. What's up, everybody? Another week, another episode back on the podcast, fresh off a game week, fresh off a Twitter space, and fresh off a Mallard Monday. Started off, we had quite a Mallard journey over the last week, it seems, and so did the community. Because happy birthday!
Yeah,
Happy birthday!
happy
Happy anniversary! Is it birthday or anniversary?
It's an
I like
anniversary.
birthday. I like birthday.
I think, yeah, birthday's a fun one. I think we said anniversary. Mallard anniversary is what we went with in the video on Monday.
In my head, I sung Happy Birthday. There's no song. What do you sing for an anniversary?
Happy anniversary
to you.
See, it doesn't work. Yeah, no. It's
Happy
copyright strikes.
anniversary
Strikes too.
to you.
We did get a copyright strike. Tom was like, we're probably going to get a copyright strike for this in the live stream. We did.
Yeah.
We
Did
did.
we really for that
another
song?
brick in the wall. Yeah, absolutely. We did.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I tried yelling at
I
it,
got,
but yeah.
I got the email yesterday for it.
That's
Yep, I
hilarious.
saw that too as well. Damn. It's all good. It was worth it. Yeah, we had Mallard's live stream, and on top of that, the majority, I think, of the stream was spent digging through their video puzzle for letters and hidden stuff inside the stream, and that pretty much just took away all our attention.
We spent like an hour and a half after the stream looking for letters.
Literally till like 12:45 at night, just trying to go through. Yeah, as you can see on the screen, there was a little 3 that popped up there, but literally they just frame for frame, everybody was slowing it down to the point where even after we did that, there was one of them we missed that
The
somebody
R, bro.
Mhm.
inside of that. I knew there had to be something inside of the ones where there was all the mallards. And the
Flipping,
little,
yeah.
we messed up. But somebody shout out to was it Rose City? I guess is the name of it. Rose City
Yes.
Cardano, not a mallard at the time, right?
Not at the time, no, they weren't.
But now
Now
look at
they
them.
are.
They got the Mallard PFP over here. And yeah, congrats to them, because basically you had to get a 10-digit code or 10-word code to put
10 character code, yep.
Mm-hmm.
But you
To
also
pay-
had to decipher there was 3 little codes after that, or 3 little tasks, I think it was called.
Yeah, I never made it past that part, so I have no idea how that was actually solved. But it's just true Mallard order fashion, right? The same way that we did the kind of that wisdom trial. So the fact that it took that many people knowing how to do it that long wasn't me. That is really good. Usually, like once you find out, all right, they got a few of them hidden like this, it's done and over with. But
I think
Well,
it's even
everyone
more
missed-
so like this person wasn't actually like didn't have a Mallard, you know what I mean? Wasn't like a
Yeah.
huge part of it. Like, and they still
Right.
went through all that work. You know, it wasn't like some
Just to get it.
dedicated community member. It wasn't like, oh yeah, well of course I won. I'm the Mallard whale. Like I have the most Mallards. Everyone knows me in the Discord. Like
Yeah.
it's just someone like still trying to just get in.
I do
just
like
how
that.
it
I like that it was someone that never had a mallet that actually got it. I think that was a cool way.
and I love the fact
a
that
way
they
to get
actually
in,
changed.
too.
Oh yeah.
They changed their PFP too, even on Twitter or X now over here. And then the main thing they won was a duck, a relic, and a physical art print merch package in 250 ADA. So
That's a fat prize.
Yeah, that's definitely a few $100s worth of stuff right there on top of just a really cool experience. So
that's why I like it's kind of mirrors like when I said when I first got in was doing that second trial and I bought the letter finally. I was like, there's no way I'm missing out on the rest of this. Like I gotta be in on this. So just cool seeing that. It's awesome, kind of like mirrors that.
I just can't believe everyone missed that same letter. Obviously,
right?
except they found it, but like that R, everyone was tripped up on that R. They could not find it or see it. And then I saw Nemesis say that she thought the W was going to be the hardest one to find.
The W, we snuck that one in after
you did.
Yeah, I know, because Bree and Rez were trying to go through it as well. And there was just like, man, there's got to be something inside of here, and boom, there it was. But you literally had to frame by frame that video over there. It was intense to be able to do that.
Just bring it into like Premiere or something. You could have gone frame by frame.
I'm pretty sure that's what those people did.
Yeah, I mean,
someone did print them all out, not print them out, but downloaded each frame.
That's crazy.
A ton of them. I don't know what the number was, but
yeah, look at us over here. We're just like piecing through this over here, and yeah, it was so easy to miss that. But also, huge shout out to the Mallard Order. Congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Huge shout out to you guys for adding my thing into the Raiders Guild. That was a fun to get me some engagement over there. But that's the power of the Raiders Guild. I had to shout that out because I would have never got this much engagement on that tweet had it not been for that. So
1,200 views, not bad.
Advertising that product right there. So that'll be cool to see that go live. It's apparently they got a UI overhaul coming up here soon. So a lot of stuff to look forward to the Mallard Order, and definitely looking forward to the Ascended Ducks eventually once that time comes. So good. Wish them the best over here on year 2, and I'm sure we'll be getting some close coverage on the stream and hopefully have them back on when that time does come.
We'll definitely be following along for sure.
I know Demo said he wanted to come on the podcast just to kick it with us and just talk even other products outside of Mallard. So definitely got to bring him on. Not even just like talk about other stuff too.
I think Monday felt a little weird though, not like because it was their anniversary, so like it was cool to celebrate that. But after having him on in the space a week before, it was almost just kind of like he just came and brought all this information. Like now we don't have more like ourselves. Like we're right here, like all caught up with everyone else. It just felt a little like off. I don't know why, like slower, I guess. And also because we were missing out on their space at the same time. So it was just like sitting there, like staring at my phone, like, all right. I mean, they haven't like tweeted a bunch of like notifications yet, but we're missing the space going on. And then we started getting fed. I mean, that's we could tell we were itching for it. Because once we started, someone like started posting some of the letters, and it was like you find them in the video. It was just like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, chat, we're just gonna.
I was checked out.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a peek at this real fast. We'll be like right back. We're just gonna like real quick take a look, on stream just for some fun. Oh, next hour and a half. All right, cool.
Like our StreamYard browser, my StreamYard browser was minimized. It wasn't even looking at you guys. I was literally watching the video.
Tommy kept trying to share the screen.
70%
He's like, TJ, check this out right here, and you're like, I can't see right now, Tommy.
TJ looked super into whatever it was that I was trying to do. I was doing the Ore Mob video, and TJ's just like looking at him like, damn, he really likes this right now. And then I realized halfway through, yeah.
Well, I did pull it up after VIX. I didn't want to see those again.
Yeah.
But most of the time it was just minimized.
That's all good though, man. It's fun how like things take your attention, especially that Mallard Order gets you that engaged to be able to like actually want to do that. It's hard for a lot of things.
Who cannot like? I mean, I want to get that prize too.
Not even that too.
They always come with that prizes, giveaways, everything. They like show up.
I get it too. I don't know if it was my Twitter algorithm or what that really like just focused obviously a lot of Mallard content, but it just felt like for people that have had like a year inside of space, that celebration for them was definitely like, you could tell it was like a Mallard day. Like that, and that just shows kind of the power of the community compared to even some of the other ones. Like, hey, we did a year announcement. It's like, oh, that's cool. But for them, it was like a whole event. And I love that. And that's just, I think
on Mallard Monday.
100%. Yeah. I lined up perfect. Right. I think as far as hype goes, though, man, I don't know. We've been talking a little bit of DeFi, and that definitely had gained some traction over the last few weeks. One of the things we opened up a DeFi channel. That was a fun part of our Discord. So we got people talking about that, and clearly there's a demand for it. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for people to go ahead and potentially maximize their ADA over time. A little nafafa right there. But one of the things that got everybody talking, and if you guys are listening to this today, which is this Friday, that means hopefully you guys got something yesterday on the public sale of Linkage Finance, new protocol, which is
NFA, of course, nafafa.
Hopefully you did. Maybe you did. I don't know how much we're gonna get, but hopefully, there was a
work for Linkage.
Yeah,
Tommy Linkage.
No, bro, PvP me. That's my name. No, but Linkage Finance is another new protocol. It's a decentralized index funds. So that sounds like fun.
I think TJ is just saying, like, what a Friday. we check it out and it's like, oh fuck, dude, those guys rug pulled. Like, yeah, in the video, like, hope you guys went and spent a whole bunch of money on them.
And hopefully you guys, got some yesterday. No, we, make smart choices.
I did actually. Thank you. It was awesome. It was fantastic.
All right.
Now I think my money.
What's the interesting part about this though is that there was a lot of questions kind of left with like a little bit of uneasy answers from the team. That's definitely what sparked a little bit of like people kind of having some unsure. I've seen a lot of FUD going around with this because there was the success of the OPT token in partnership with Muesli Swap, and now you've got some Muesli devs that they're working with them to launch the linkage finance sale and all that. They're not directly a partner with them or like a part of the linkage finance protocol, although they will be helping them out. So that was the big distinction they did have on their Twitter space between the two of them. So, but between that, it just felt like OPT did so well. People made, some good returns if you'd gotten in on the initial sale of the public, and it had such a good token distribution between it that, it was a very fair launch. And I think that it was received very well inside the community. So of course, the next thing comes around and all the degens are like, hey, meme coin season is over, but these new protocols are launching tokens. Let's go ahead and jump onto that. Is what it feels like to me, at least on the LIFI side of things, because that's their utility token that they're launching, which originally, I got mixed feelings on this, the way they did the announcement and the way they did their private sale. Because the whole part of this was that they had dropped a white paper a little bit back. And then because the hype got too big too quick is like basically the way that I took it from the way they responded, was that people were launching like a LIFI token already, and they keep having a tweet, hey, this isn't us, don't get scammed. But people were getting scammed because clearly people were buying and selling it. And they were like, look, because of that, we need to go ahead and launch and just do it. Even though their plan to launch it was in Q3, Q4 of this year originally. And my thing with that was, it's like, if you, you got to kind of gauge
stick
the
to your
market.
guns. Like you just got to, like, people that are just buying random stuff after you clearly are saying, don't do that. It's just like basic school, text and instructions, follow directions, read everything, read the fine print, do your own research.
Well, the interesting part about it too, is like scam alert. They literally have to be like, there's no LIFI token. Here's the official policy ID. We're not tradable on any DEX. And my thought was like, if you guys, as soon as you announce something like this, especially on the hype of something, you had to know like there's going to be a lot of people now looking for this product. So if you guys didn't want that to happen, or you guys weren't ready yet to launch the thing, why announce?
Yeah,
like right now, like without you could have waited a little while.
You're saying if they were going to come out in Q4.
Like, yeah, why not announce this a little closer to the launch of the token, so that way you could just kind of float right into that instead.
We'll start getting people.
They wanted to build a hype. I get it. Yeah, you want them to know about it.
You want to teach people what it is before it comes out, so they know what they're buying. Give you time to do that. Get to meet the community. That does definitely raise like a flag for concern of like, oh, if like you were going to come out in a couple months, like, are you ready to do all this right now? Like, are there things that still need to be kind of prepared?
Right.
Well, that's
be like, oh, we're coming out like now all of a sudden because we want to like get in front of this. Okay, but like, why weren't you already doing that?
My thing with this is that it was like, if the like you said, the roadmap has not changed, that's in the white paper. If none of this stuff has changed other than the fact that you're releasing the token now, that's to me where it feels more like people were like kind of like, man, this feels kind of cash grabby right now. You guys are just looking to get the stuff out. And if they can raise the funds, they can raise the funds. That is what it is. It's not arguing that this thing isn't even it's not a bad idea or anything at all. It's great that this is actually happening, that we have like protocols where people can actually do these types of, financial, I guess moves.
It almost feels like bank, almost what you're saying, where they came out with the token early on, but like during the hype season, so they could get that money from the token, and they have a lot more like planned later on. But
it's just that to me, I think the murkiness of it, and then there also was the private sale as well was the other issue that people had with it. Mm-hmm. And so basically, like their details of this all is inside. This is inside of their like medium announcement of this, is that the mint was 0.35 ADA, and there was 22 million tokens, which was roughly 55% of their supply, which I think they had a 40 million supply. So 22 million of these things are going out to the public, whereas the other was 15% of it was going to a private sale. So 6 million of these tokens were going in a private sale, which there was very unsure of how do people actually get into the private sale, people were just like, I don't know, like, and then they asked them in a Twitter space, they were like, well, people DM'd us, they could get in, but then people found out that they had to KYC. And it was just like, okay, like, so you have to KYC for a decentralized thing. And like, don't get me wrong, like they're probably just having to comply with local regulations. I understand that.
A lot of DeFi though, even DeFi like back in 2021, you had a KYC, a lot of stuff. But you just couldn't, like, if you lived in the United States, I know this because of our personal friends how to do this. You couldn't KYC with your US passport, of course, because US the regulations and whatnot. But if you live somewhere else outside the US, you could KYC no problem and be part of these private sales.
Right. It just was very like, hey, how many people were doing this? Like, what was it? And it turned out, I guess somebody had posted up a link essentially saying it got a hold of the information that somebody was that made it into the pre-sale, was that I forget how much they were taking. They were only taking in what, like I said, 6 million or 6 million tokens they were selling. So they had to, whatever ADA they raised at that price point. And I thought they said maybe it was 0.258. I have to go back and look at the price. And there was like a vesting schedule option too. So they didn't get all their tokens right at once. There's different things for it. What was interesting was that only, so say you send in 1,000 ADA for it, you only got back 16 to 20% of that 1,000 ADA's worth of tokens because of how much was sent in. And this was kind of what happened over on the OPT side of things, and why when this hype builds up the way that it does, in order for it to be a fair like launch, like when I bought OPT, I spent roughly 2,000 ADA sent in, and I only got back 63% of that, and I got the rest of my ADA refunded to me. So I only really got about 1,250 ADA's worth of that token. So now people are kind of assuming that, hey, and that was in a 30-minute window. They're doing one where their window's actually for the first 2 hours of the public sale. So pretty much they're gonna. What we think is gonna happen is that these 22 million tokens will sell out in that first 2 hours for sure. And then whatever the amount of ADA they raise past their goal of the sellout is going to be distributed appropriately. So if they're taking in 7 million ADA worth of stuff to sell out, and they take they make 14 million gets sent in, you're only getting 50% of what you put in.
That's kind of fair like that. So it's regardless, it's going to be open for 2 hours to the public.
Yeah, but they're saying that enough people, and this is where like whales who really have like pockets, they're like, hey, I really want 100,000 ADA's worth of this stuff. Now I got to send in 200,000 just to compensate to get back what I really wanted.
Like the system like that, for sure you could play it. That was a lot of numbers you threw at me though. I'm still trying to process a lot of that. A lot of 50%, 7 million, 15 million, 22 million.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. We've said a lot of times though, we don't like private sales like at all. No whitelist sales, no private sales for DeFi. It's just something we don't like to see because of the nature of how it gets dumped. And I don't think especially if you're trying to make a token that you're trying to have some actual or claim to have actual utility and actual connection to a real project. I just don't think that's the way to go about it. I think it's the way to go about it to get some people rich really quick when they double on everyone else.
I think, well, the thing is too, is if you have this kind of demand the way you do, why not just do the public? You're going to sell out. That's not the case. And obviously they're just trying to get some people in early.
People are already buying it. It's not even a token. They're buying fake ones. They want it so bad.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. And this to me is, so looking at the math on this, I was going back to you, Tom, just to break this down for you over here, where they got they're selling you 22 million tokens in the public sale at 0.35 ADA.
No,
so if I'm reading, but I'm saying most likely they're going to, this is going to get multiplied by 3 or 4x. So yeah, you're really not getting that much. You're going to get a percentage of that. So my thought is if I wanted 1,000 ADA, I really need to send in like 3,000 to 4,000 ADA's worth of stuff just to get that. So that's going to be the interesting part. And then I think if you get in early enough with the amount of demand, this feels more like people are it's going to buy, it's going to hype, and then it's going to have a sell-off more aggressively than I think the other one like OPT did. Because this is also longer out. If you really think about it, right, it's going to be months and months down the line, towards the end of the year before you really get a chance.
So the rest of the platform comes,
Yeah, and I don't even think the white paper states that the actual roadmap, that I think the actual protocol doesn't even come out until like actually use in quarter 1 of 2024. The main launch of the DApp goes live. So you're not even actually really on the main part of this isn't happening until the beginning of 2024. So a little bit away, but it's not even like a shot at the linkage finance like protocol in general. Like decentralized index funds is interesting. I never something it's a safer way, I guess, to kind of like, invest, I guess, in a way, because you're building out different portfolios, like a fund is being built out, and then you're investing into that fund. So say they have a metaverse index where it's all the metaverse coins inside of here. Well, you can go ahead and build up that pool, and then you can buy in with those respective coins, is how I understood it. So if I want to buy into it, I got to put in the ADA's worth of stuff. And then they mint me like back an L token is how they do it. So I have shares of that index. And then if I want to sell out of it, then I sell those back, and I get the whatever respective stuff back in my wallet to whatever that equivalent value is. So it's interesting. It's decentralized. It's not, nothing's like this on the chain at all right now. So I think there's obviously an avenue for it. It's just interesting that the timing of it, I think, was more the context of this whole thing right now. And I think it's no secret, like everybody inside of the DeFi space, or even on the NFT side, I see a lot of people talking about this.
I will say to like purchase responsibly, especially for something like this where their mainnet's not going to be live until Q1, because you don't want to be buying in like when it's at the top and then everything just comes crashing down, because people are going to wait until later on in the year to buy more when it's actually going to be available to use. So I will just say purchase responsibly on this one for sure.
I do like seeing all the DeFi still continuing to get developed though.
Yep.
And that some of these projects are bringing some, real, at least from their claims and what they're explaining, potential for real use beyond just like, hey, we have a token. What's it for? I mean, maybe we'll have like raffles on the website.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? We'll do something. We'll figure it out.
Community. We'll have a community vote.
You know what I mean? But like to where this is meant to be used within their platform, especially just because I think they've seen the potential that all these NFT, all of us on the NFT side have not really gotten into a lot of the DeFi side all the time, or at least paid as much attention to it.
Yep.
I mean, not to say everyone has. No, I know there's plenty of people that are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And doing great over there. But then we started seeing like more of them bleed into our side, especially stack and stuff recently. And people now they're like, oh wow, like let's pay attention a little bit more. And the DeFi is actually like, let's take advantage of that time, like where people are paying attention, or we can get some funding for this stuff. It's cool to see.
No, the decentralized index ones does sound really sick. I'm not gonna lie. I was just saying purchase the token responsibly for anyone listening to us, because I don't want them just thinking we are shilling it to buy tomorrow.
Well, it's too late, probably.
Oh yeah, it's
Thursday. It either did great, we're really happy for you, or sorry that happened to you.
Never mind, that's right. All right, listen anyways afterwards.
One of the two. But yeah, man, it's interesting. I like the DeFi side of things too. I do think there's a lot of opportunity for people to go. It's obviously attracting a lot of attention. Like if you look on like the YouTube side of things and Twitter, like the engagement that you're getting with that, there's a lot of people interested. And I think the people, especially on the East side, who had that whole run up on the last bull market that really made a lot of money, they're looking at stuff like this of like, hey, this is the time. This is happening now. That's only going to be the only time this ever happens for the first time over on this chain. There's an opportunity out there. And I think you're going to see a lot more of these YouTubers and video and just influencers in general starting to come around saying, hey guys, buy this coin over on this. Have you heard about this? It's inevitable. The cycle keeps continuing. So
well, I just feel like though, if you've been in the space since that time, or like this is your second go around of all that stuff, you should know like, okay, let me just not buy into every coin this YouTuber is shilling, just for that fact of it's probably going to dump immediately, because there's a lot of private sales that were happening then and now again, that's exactly what happened. As soon as it went public, instantly tanked down within seconds. Literally, I was part of a few of them. Learned the hard way.
Oh yeah. I mean, even if people are on the East side of things right now, man, there was a lot of people with that Hex and Pulse and all some of these other things that just got absolutely wrecked. But there's people who made millions, right? It's like, you got to know the game. I know the game is never usually stacked in your favor. If you're the average person, you're usually the person who buys in when the hype is just starting to get created. You think you're in there, and then boom, you get destroyed. So it's important for stuff like this. I think this is with Linkage Finance is one of the ones where I think the majority of the community is kind of like, oh, this is a token where I can either make some money on it. I need to get in without knowing maybe the full knowledge of details. There's some things to kind of look at. Like me, like personally, I'm like, I want, you'd be stupid not to try to get in on some of it, because it's gonna, I think it personally isn't my nafafa out there. Do not take this as financial advice. And guys, hopefully if you guys have already bought into it, you guys made some gains. But I think there'll be a short-term pump in my opinion. And then afterwards, I think it'll be a lot quicker of a sell-off than the OPT side of things. Although I do think there's stuff to be made. There's an opportunity out there for people to make.
Made usually there in between that, for sure. And that's, I was talking to someone about we're talking about stocks or whatever, and just looking at some of the pricing, and even sometimes to get a share, you're spending 250, 300 plus dollars. And I was like, yeah, but that's why sometimes this DeFi stuff is fun. You can be like, we'll throw 50 ADA at it, see what happens. And oh shit, it's worth like 700 ADA now. That's cool. Nice, nice little move.
Yeah,
and if you lose, you lost 50 ADA. It's not too bad. It's good little, we're about to what we were just talking about.
That's the thing right there. Never invest more than you're willing to lose.
Yeah, as long as that 58 is not your electric bill.
If it is, oh no, your electric bill, that's one thing. I thought everybody would say that's your salary, and I'm like, it's 58, and that's what you're throwing at everybody. Then you got a different kind of problem. You need to manage your money better, and you're not good at that right now. You should probably take a different approach to life.
Or you just getting fucked
the harsh reality
by exchange rates.
That too. Well, we'll do a little shift back from DeFi world over to PvP world. PvP me, man. Over here. I think you know what my other second name choice was tonight that I didn't go with because it was a little similar to last week's was the Moco Man.
The Moco Man.
The Moco Man.
Sounds
was
like
my second one.
D-rated scary movie.
It could be. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go with card pack mint ice cream.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't go with that one. But no, we've been talking about Mocossi a lot lately over on the channel, and it's for good reason, man. These guys keep dropping announcement after announcement. Just when I think I've like kind of got the gist of what they got going on, they surprise me with something new. And this PvP pack mint is happening if you're a holder and are on the whitelist. It's happening tomorrow and Sunday, which is the 5th.
Yesterday and Sunday.
So the 5th and 6th of August is when the private sale is happening.
It's actually okay.
Tomorrow
nice.
and Sunday.
Actually, it's tomorrow and Sunday. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a couple things that you can go ahead and take a look at over here. You got the 5th and 6th for the private sale and the 7th through 9th for the public sale if it's not sold out already in the private. And there's 20,000 packs up for grabs. There's 5 cards in a pack, which means you got 100,000 cards going out. The price of this is 99 ADA plus 999 Mocossi.
Is that for the public too? Same fee?
Yes, the public is the same. So there's a little bit of a thing here for this is, let me tell you, I got a tracker for this actually. So you can actually check your wallet right now for the private sale. If you guys have any ITO 1, 2s, the land, the Mocossi token.
Packs. Damn, they figured the math for it. That's dope.
Yep. Yeah, they do it actually for it, which is actually really nice. And this is just one of the things that I have to say about this team is everything they've done so far that I've been experienced to. And I know we still always go on. We kind of just, I'd be honest, we just fade them because I had no idea about it. I didn't know anything. It was just my own kind of just me being ignorant to it, just not checking it out. But eventually, once I got a chance to check it out and get like kind of immersed into this world, man, they always drop quality stuff, and they've been very consistent about it. And I have to give them a nod for that. So yes, if you do see here on this checker on the ITO1, you do get a 10% discount. So instead of 99 ADA, it's 89 ADA and 899 Mocossi token to mint those. And it actually breaks it out. So I think it's 5-1 for the ITO2s, and then the lands was 2-1. So you needed 2 lands for a whitelist spot. And then for the Mocossi token, you needed 10,000 Mocossi, I believe it was. And then if you want a whitelist, there was a lot of different things. So they've gotten some, a little pushback inside their own community on the price, which is 99 ADA plus 999 Mocossi, which that's roughly like an extra 20 ADA on top of that. So if you want to call it what it is, about 120 per pack.
Yeah, but how many cards in the pack again?
5. You get 5.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you get 5 NFTs that you could sell again secondary, probably make some of your money back if you want to do.
Well, not only 5 NFTs, use potentials to get legendary, shiny ones over there, legendary and shiny. So there's a high, not a high potential, but a potential to go ahead and actually, make a lot more.
That's what TJ's saying, the minimum.
Yeah.
You got like at least an opportunity to get your money back. I don't know. I see the 20K selling out. Before it gets to public. Yeah.
Before public? I don't know, actually. I don't know about before public. Definitely.
I don't know, man. I'm in the same kind of boat right now. So like if you go over to the website right now, it's it's
just a lot of packs.
Well, I guess the only thing would be is there enough because of the requirements for the whitelist or the private sale there?
I think the only thing, the issue or the difficulty will be, or the snag I'll call it, would be the Mocossi. I think that's going to throw people off having to go get Mocossi with the ADA. If it was straight ADA, I think it'd be a little
Well, there's a little short-term pump, I think, too, in Mocossi if it makes it to the public sale, obviously, for
Right.
sure. If you've been playing the game though, or doing any of that, that Mocossi token could have, you could have easily done that within like a few days. You could have raised, easily 1,000 Mocossi, no problem, playing the game. So there's ways you could have done this, but again, it's 5 card packs. There's a mix of the creatures and an optional magic card over there, which they did drop the magic card drop today. The rarity, they have rarity charts on these, so you got common, rare, and epics. And there's only 5,000 total of them. So you have like a mystic card, which you can use to attack, to kind of change the battle a little bit, like a little spell kind of deal. And then you also have a counter on the defense that you can use. So 5,000 of those out of the 100,000 cards available. So low supply. So those will definitely have some sort of, chase after those to be able to change the actual game. If you guys haven't actually seen, they dropped a nice little trailer, which I know we showed off before. But the trailer is dope in the sense that it shows off the game board, right? But it also shows off their ability to like 3D, 3D animate too, like the actual game, like as game devs, it allows them to show off a little bit.
And I will say it definitely puts their ADA they obtain to work. You see the product that they're coming out with every time. So I will say that you know your money's going.
It's executed well. Yeah. It's not like they did it and it was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is what you guys have been working on? Like, come on. Instead, it's just like, oh shit, like this is what I've been waiting for. Or like if you're coming in new, it's like, oh damn, what do they have going on over here? It's just gets my attention very quickly.
Absolutely. And even the game board right here that you're seeing on the screen, like seeing the animations, they're saying like, yes, there will be animations. It's not just a static, like play a card kind of thing. Like
this is what you want. I mean, it's 2023, you want to see like some kind of boring experience. It just adds that much more to see some sort of, interactivity with the board itself.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Is there going to be a free play version? Do you know?
I think there will be a version for people to be able to play, but not right away. And then obviously they're looking to make this mobilely too. There's a lot of things
that'll be huge.
Eventually, that's all down on the line here. But yes, this is going to be right now for what I understand for holders of these packs to be able to play. So you will get to build out a full deck from what the information we have. You'll need 40 cards at the moment.
Makes sense.
And there's 5, so basically 8 packs, but you don't need to have all 40 cards in order to play a game. Just obviously the more you got in your arsenal, the better off you are. So it's interesting to me about this is that obviously they've got a great website. The overall look and design of the cards look really well done. It's been really kind of cool to see. Like I said, it was a surprise. It wasn't something that I guess as us who were following them, wasn't maybe it was more of a surprise because we didn't really understand what they had going on. But even seeing some of the artwork and stuff like this, man, like it's not just like a copy, like paste, like cookie cutter thing. Like there's definitely some time obviously that went into this stuff.
Well, I think it's kind of
too, for sure.
I would say I kind of touched on it last time that they really do. You can tell how much work they put into all this stuff, and they're really talented as far as a team goes. They're not just sitting around, doing nothing. Essentially, they're constantly updating as far as the Discord and the Twitter and everything, or the X, whatever they're calling it, and their gameplay, everything they have going on. They have a nice, well-oiled machine they got going on there.
Well, it's not just like you said too. The development, seeing where the 8 has been spent, like even just seeing like, okay, they played through the different steps. Like, hey, we have a land sale coming out. And then not only taking advantage of probably the funds raised during that to continue like their development, but also like still incorporating that into the game, into like the overall space, so that it does give you still some benefit and utility and still being utilized. It wasn't just kind of like, hey, we're coming out with this, just come out with it kind of thing.
Yep.
Or like small little bonus, you can go like stake or something like that. It actually has like Tommy, that's what you play on as your land.
Absolutely.
These look great.
Yeah, these look really cool. I'm looking at all you're showing it.
Like the holographs, holographics. I was about to say, I stopped my sentence. They just dropped this just now as we were talking, so I haven't even seen this one yet. But it's interesting, man. Like they come on all fronts. It's not only they got the gameplay, they got the artwork, they got the animations, the quality is up there. It's a lot. It's honestly wild to me now, though, that I'm seeing a lot of this stuff and been experiencing it a little bit more. And I understand why their community's been screaming at people like, yo, like you guys don't even know what these guys are doing yet over here. You really should check this out. And it is a sleeper. And I think as more of this stuff starts to come out, I think it's going to get less and less, unnoticeable for people to kind of turn an eye to it. I think people are really, and especially if it delivers too, they're really going to be like, wow, you guys have something really cool going on over here. And the quality is top tier. what you'd expect.
Well, once this comes out too, once they have the packs live, once they have like the main members of the community now playing it, I mean, it can just take off from there as well. Like, eventually they're going to need some sort of like intro starting area for people to get into it, even if it is like not a free version, but some sort of starter pack or something, booster packs, whatever. There's a potential for all that.
Get a Genghis-Khan in it.
Hey, there you go.
And you got the it's the holographic Machamp.
They do
starter pack.
Oh man, there was a good like evolution too. They post so many sneak peeks lately; it's hard to even keep up with. I've been watching like the little puzzles that they've been doing, but they got like even the little evolutions of stuff over here where you can kind of see. They call them levels. I remember when we were talking about that. They got level 1, 2, and 3, and basically it starts obviously at the bottom, and then as you go to 2 and 3, their final form, you can do stuff or craft stuff in game to be able to level these things up, which is interesting enough because you get a change of artwork and. There's a lot of depth, it seems, as we talked about on the live stream too, of like all the crafting too, because not only are this PvP drop is not only going to be the way, not the only way to obtain these cards. There will be a way to craft the other 100,000 of these through the game. It's just going to take more time to be able to do that. So that's why they're doing these card packs in the way that they are. The other thing about that too is the LBE chest, the liquidity bootstrapping event that they held. We've shown those off as well, where those also will get you 5 creatures and guaranteed inside of those chests. So that's another way if you guys don't want to buy the actual like the 999 Mocossi or whatever it is, there is ways to actually go ahead and just get these outright. And there's guaranteed drops too over here. So if you guys are, if you have a diamond chest, you're guaranteed potentially. Actually, there's only 11, I think, out of the 24 of these that get a legendary creature, which some of the legendaries, those are like your 1-on-1s, right? Those are selling for, 20, 30,000 ADA at the moment on the other side for the ITOs. So I can imagine what those would go for too, inside of there. There's a lot of cool ways, a lot of different ways to get involved with it. And again, this can be done in game as well. You don't have to buy in, although it does seem like it would be a good thing to do. And you got to look at the other part of this. Shout out to what's his name, AJ Goldman over there. I've been doing a scholarship with him on my farming side, but there's going to be also farming. I was looking at a Discord today as well with him. He's like, look, man, I'm going to build out 20 to 25 decks, which the decks are 40 cards each.
Shit.
So he's like, man, I did the math on it. It was 160 packs. He's going to do 160 packs. And he's going to have some scholars playing his PvP and earning him all this stuff. He's like, I want to take my 20,000 or 25,000 ADA a month I'm making in Mocossi token to 100,000 ADA a month.
Can you make Mocossi play in the game, the card game?
Yeah. So the card game, they haven't officially announced it, but essentially what you're going to be able to do, I guess, is going to be able to earn the Moshi, which is their token in game. And then for every 1,000 Moshi, you earn 1 Mocossi. Yeah. So then you can convert that Mocossi obviously into ADA. And they're diverging, I guess, the sell pressure away from obviously just earning the token in order to sell it by making it a requirement in game. So people want to chase after the Moshi and earn it, or they can always scarce it down over time as well. Because there are right now, if you are on the website, there is a way to actually get airdrop this stuff that ends next year. So if you guys own every 30 days, if you own any ITO1s or ITO2s, they actually accumulate every month and it gets a percentage of that airdropped over to you. 3% for ITO1s and 1% for ITO2s. So this ends on August of 2024. So right now, if you're holding this stuff, you're getting free Mocossi token. Like I got 1,700 Mocossi token this past month just for holding on to it, which I did the math on it. It was like, I don't know, 30, 40 ADA just for free.
Dope. So I will say, I'm glad we're paying attention now.
Yeah.
It was never anything personal. It was just a lot of stuff we were already looking at and talking about.
It was just, it was tough, man. It was just we were ignorant to, like I said, maybe it was just, there was too much, not even that. It was just too much going on inside the space. Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why I was just like, you know what? I don't want to go ahead and do this. But eventually I was just like, you know what, we need to do that.
But with so much stuff they have going on and what they already are doing and what they have in the future coming out, once people really start to see that, like outside of our blockchain, this is really gonna take off, honestly, because they are doing things right. Really,
I'm excited to see how good the card game is.
Me too.
That'll be fun to see.
Little tournaments in our Discord for sure.
Definitely.
Play that.
Well, shout out to Mocossi, man. The Moco man. Moco man. Yo. So it's been a little while.
Time?
Is it tool time?
That's pretty good, Tyler.
Copyright strikes.
Tom enjoyed that one over there. Tom Heads. What are we talking over here? Toolheads. LL Tool J. You take your guys' names when we get the next project over here. But shout out to CNFT.Tools. Toolheads is their new PFP project coming out late August, and no date yet. But they've been really ramping up the marketing for this stuff. I've been seeing a lot of whitelist stuff go out, and there's a lot of different ways to get involved with this project. But it feels this is their take, kind of equivalent maybe to Tappies over from Tap.Tools. And if you've been inside the CNFT space, man, these guys have been around since I got in, basically like August of 2021. And everybody uses CNFT.Tools, right? You go over to their website, you check your rarities, you can check what's upcoming on the projects. They have the tool verification for your NFTs and different servers. You have to verify your wallet with CNFT.Tools so you can get access to certain roles inside of Discord. There's whitelisting opportunities. They do it all. So it makes sense now for them to go ahead and kind of launch their own thing. And I really do, like you said, enjoy the artwork that they have.
So good.
I think it is important equally. We talked about this on the Tappy front of like, man, we love using Tap.Tools, but the Penguin thing is just kind of like, I don't really care too much about that. I'd rather maybe I just bought a pass, just personal opinion. I mean, I know some people like them, but here it's like, yo, I'd rock this.
Yeah, this is really good. Honestly, I was saying, it gives me like the zombie chains vibe. You don't like him, Tom?
I think they did great with the traits. Like the traits are fine, and like the art style is fine to me. I just think some of the execution, more like so in the human, just don't like how they look, the human. That robot looks great, and I love like the ears, and I think the traits and everything are great. Like the more like fluorescent part of the jacket, the buttons, the patches. I think they like knocked that out, no problem. The zombie looks fantastic. It's not like the other humans. I'm just not a fan of either.
This looks like Vanilla Ice to me.
It does look Vanilla Ice with the
maybe it's a chin strap or whatever.
Yeah.
It's definitely the chin strap. It's just that the fit. 100% is right. But no, man, this is.
But I do also agree that I would get more excited about this than a Tappy tool, at least with the art that was chosen for like the penguins. There's some that I think can pull it off. We're looking at so I think that Yummy's done well. I really like some of the Yummy quite a bit. And some of these, I do like the traits quite a bit that they've shown.
Yeah, I think some of the artwork previews are really dope. I mean, they've been dropping so many of these over on Twitter.
There's already you can get a rare one and you get connected to it because it has like something that you really like, and it's one that sets it apart pretty well.
It's interesting too because I guess there's going to be 6,600 of these. And they have these vaults. They keep referencing the vault over there, which I don't know if you guys seen on the secondary market. The vault over there is what are we sending? Oh, TJ over here is just pulling sneak chats on me.
I can't click. You can't go in the Discord or open up?
Nope, TJ just the screen share for me is all off now. Nope. But anyway, I was gonna go ahead and pull up the sneak peeks over there for you guys. So we can go ahead and have that pull up while we're doing that. But no, I was gonna say there's the vault thing was the interesting part of that. The vault has 66 or 330 vaults, and there's 20 different what do you call it? I'm losing my thought over here. TJ just done messed me up, threw me off in the middle of this thing.
Tommy's brain just
I'm like over here sharing screen
right now. I can hear the modem sound.
I'm like that zombie thing right there. I'm just all fried. My little circus.
I will say, gone. Even though it is tools and they're using like tool up and all that kind of stuff, tool heads, that they kind of went with this like style that they did choose, or at least what they ended up doing. Like that looks awesome. That looks great. Those both look great.
Really good.
And I'm just glad they didn't go like, it's tool head. So like, here's like a wrench with googly eyes.
Oh, that would.
And here's like a screwdriver, and he's got a silly hat on.
Yeah, I do like you said. It's like that. What is it? Mad Max kind of theme almost. Some of this stuff like kind of Borderlands-ish.
Yeah,
in a way.
A lot more Borderlands for sure.
Yeah, I love it. Kind of almost in zombie chains in a way.
Yes. That color.
I feel like is there an echo in here?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Did I hear you say that?
TJ said that.
Yeah, I did.
I'm still rebooting over here.
That was the first thing TJ said, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, good call, TJ. Yeah, I feel the same way about that.
That guy's helmet reminds me of a character in Down, that one, in Destiny.
Destiny, yeah, I see a lot of Destiny,
Yeah.
especially the ears too.
Yes.
You know, common for like
The Vex, dude.
Gundam
That's what,
droids
yeah.
kind of
Vex,
thing. Yeah,
yep.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like the way the shoulders drawn and the way you can see like all the different like gears and stuff, it's pretty well done. It's cool. I just that human throws me off.
Maybe it's just Vanilla Ice one. I do like some of the masks and everything that
I
they
just think
have.
that like I don't know. We'll see. The jawline maybe like it works on the aliens, works on the robots. It kind of throws me off on the human faces.
Well, hopefully, I mean, there's a definitely like we were talking about. There's 330 vaults and 20 different or 330 vault guards too. So basically, there's one vault guard to every vault. If that's interesting. So if you guys manage to get one of these things, it's probably a higher status symbol over there, and who knows what they'll be able to do. Obviously, they're going to give them some sort of utility. We're kind of just dialing into the project ourselves a little bit. But what I wanted to address over here, one of the things that's interesting is they dropped this little like tweet yesterday as a recording. Just and then of course knowing us right now, right? We're recording this on a Wednesday, so you know by Friday they're going to go ahead and announce the full utility of everything and the mint date and all that. So
unblur it.
Yeah, they're going to unblur this page, but this definitely looks a little bit like Tools, to say the least, the interface at least. So we're looking at different charts. They're obviously that's why we're referencing Tools or Tappies on this. But I can imagine that they're going to integrate their whole CNFT tool dashboard with this and really upgrade your features. One of the things now, if you guys own one of the vaults, because there's different ways to whitelist into this too. I think TJ, you had a couple of them. They're doing like a competition inside of Discord too, where you can like level up, right? Something along those lines.
Yeah, you can you level up, you can play poker in there to win. You get you level up, but you get
the
points.
vault run. Yeah.
Vault runs. I don't know, it's points, but something like that. Basically level up in their Discord for all the stuff they have going on. Yeah, you have it right there.
Yeah, basically engage for white
raids, poker, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. And if you don't want to do this, you can go ahead and buy one of their vault NFTs, which those things were like over a 3,000 ADA floor, which those will get you six whitelists essentially.
Oh, wow.
Those are, yeah, and then on top of that, the Tooligans, which we've seen, I've been seeing those over there recently, which is a different mint at some point. These now have like a what you say 185 floor or something like that, TJ, as of today. Yeah, so you need two of these to get one whitelist as well. So there's different things to hold if you want to get it without having to do the engaging route. Or you can win one from a partner, giveaway or whatever it is that they're doing a bunch of those throughout the community.
These look a lot better than the Tooligans.
197 now.
197, yeah. So these might even go up even higher. But the vault's interesting too, because I remember you can have a dashboard too from CNFT.Tools that if you own one of those vaults, like you can actually hover over stuff on JPEG Store and it actually tells you all the stats for everything without having to click into them. Like that's some cool stuff that I'm sure that they're building outside of just hey, check out, here's our whitelist, here's our the rarity chart, all that fun stuff. And if you really look at like they did break out a thread of all the stuff that they have. And if you really look back, man, these guys offer so much inside of space. They got a verifier bot over there.
They have a lot of Discord bots that I know about, honestly.
Yeah, they have a minting service. They have a Twitter and Discord bot for people, a whitelist bot, giveaway bot, Twitter raid bot, poker bot, and stake pool operation APIs, and then a lot more, which is. It just goes to show that they're one of the ones too. That, damn, that's the one. Robot. Trying to think of a movie that reminded me of. Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin's a good man. So you guys.
That's what that reminded me of. But yeah, man, we're looking forward to this over at the end. And I know a lot of people inside the community are as well. This definitely seems to be the go-to mint at the moment. Because that's what you got to do, right? If you got a good looking NFT on top of really good utility, this is what people are trying to get into.
Especially if they saw Tools and actually want to get in, but miss their chance, and they think, hey, I'm gonna try this one out then.
Yep, that goes right back to the OPT linkage finance thing, right? You missed out on the first one that did well. Well, here's the next one, and this one even seems to have more hype than the first one. And so I think that for me personally, like, yeah, I'm trying to get into this for sure. Not only that though, for the utility, like I really want a chance to have those extra tools.
I want to use it.
Yeah,
you're gonna see people probably rocking that PFP too, because it really is some sick art.
Well, you're looking at Tools for the same reason. Both of you. You're like, I mean, honestly, like you both are saying, I like these tools. Like I think I'm I'm gonna try just because I want to get access.
Well, I was saying I didn't realize how much of the tools I actually used prior to their mint until after the mint. I didn't have one. I was like, shit, I can't use any of these anymore. I can't see any of that stuff anymore. It's gone.
Works well. It's a good model there.
It is.
They get you using it, and then they take it away from you, and you're like, well, wait, I didn't know I wanted that to start off with. Like, I would never pay for it, but like now that I've used it, like I see why it's good. Why it actually has like real value to me because it does something really well.
Oh man, and this is a team that's been around. You know, they're not going anywhere inside the community, so it's good to support things like this that have been around, that have proven themselves, and that are, you know,
2 years. Like they got to be.
Oh, it is 2 years now.
It's 2 years now.
August of 2021. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Oh wow, you know what it is? It's my 2-year anniversary too, and yeah, happy birthday!
Happy anniversary, Tommy.
I was gonna say happy birthday.
You know what next month is?
Our anniversary, Tom.
35.
That's not what I was talking
about. Oh yeah, Tommy's 35, bro. You know what? To get to your Freedom 35ers,
you gotta buy that Mega Millions, man.
That and his Goofy Gopher, you know.
Ooh, we got to get into there.
Shout out that Mega Millions.
Shout out to our team over here from Goofy Gophers for getting the metadata fixed, and then also shout out to the JPEG team for getting this fixed because it was not, but they went ahead and took care of it. Juniper is no longer Grokluth, whatever his name was before. He is now officially Juniper the Departed. He is owned by your boy, minted, one of one. The one of one's back in the wallet over here, and I don't know if you guys saw the floor for the Royal one of ones over there, but it's 171,000 ADA.
Yo, live list 150 right now.
I'm just gonna buy it at that price at the moment.
Live list 1,500 right now.
Can you imagine this like fat finger in it and just getting like swept up? That'd be the worst thing ever. But no, man, it's
make good content. Come on, dude. We're making a show here. Give us something.
You need Tommy meant to eat here. Tommy's got a one of one.
Tommy sells one of one for 188.
I sell it back below mint price. But no, man, this is it's been a long time coming. As I know it took a few months to go ahead and get this fixed because some of the banished gophers at the time when the mint had happened, some of these were somebody was sniping these up and they stopped it and were able to get them and banish the original one of ones and then reminted them. But when they were minted, like the metadata got messed up. So I'd minted the image and originally they're like, no, you need to have the right metadata. But because this one, the metadata for this one of one never got minted before it sold out, I was actually able to. It was actually corrected.
There was no Juniper. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There was nobody had minted it, so I had the image and all that was corrected to the metadata. Your boys got the one of one, and I'm not gonna lie, when I minted this, I was freaking out. Only to have that ripped out underneath me to be like, "Yo, I don't think you got it yet." And finally,
what do you mean? I'm looking at the picture right now. I can see it.
Yep.
Right
here.
Man.
So finally, it's in my possession. It is fixed, and I don't know what the
I commend you on your patience, though. I would have been stressed out and very antsy about it, like messaging. I would have annoyed the shit out of Ryan. Sorry, I would have annoyed the shit out of you about that.
I probably annoyed him at one point. There was a whole point where I did like some math. I broke it down. I was like, "Yo, this is why it's like why I deserve to have this one of one is because nobody else." And I had to like prove my case almost of like why it never got minted. But had somebody actually minted the correct metadata for this, I would have been screwed. But I just luckily nobody else minted the metadata. It never got put into existence. So
it just didn't get put into
use. Yeah. So whatever.
You minted it.
Yeah, I minted it. Why would someone else?
Screw. Nope. You know what it is though, boys? I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard to hold on to this thing only because if I know its value right now. It's one of those ones where it's like, yo, do you want to sell for the? I know I'll make a good profit on it regardless right now.
Well, I mean,
it's more like. Later on, do y'all really like?
I'm going to give you some good advice. Don't pull a Tommy.
Oh, also, what's your highest sale so far?
I think my actual highest sale that
I've
ever sold something.
No, Gophers.
I want to say 17,500.
I mean, you could list it for 2,000,008. It doesn't make the Royal 101s 2,000,008 a floor. You know.
No, I want to say the highest over here has been.
Not to say it won't have enough hype to come up or development. They don't get to that kind of like hype, but. You know, I mean, if you list it for 150K live right now, I imagine it would sit there for a bit.
Oh, 100%. I would say my like breaking point maybe right now, like maybe 50,000, maybe that, maybe I don't know. Maybe somebody's out there who wants to pick it up for that. 17,500 ADA for a Royal. Few days ago or like a week ago was the most recent sale. So either way, I mean, regardless, it's a really good mint over there.
It's a good looking one too. It does look really cool.
I think Juniper to me, out
just
of all
the background
the
adds that much more to it, I think.
Yeah, I think the one-on-one Juniper is probably my favorite out of all the one-on-ones they have. Although
listed for over 100, you'll know you have offers.
Oh man, we'll see what happens. But either way, this is I mean, it's a fun story, and it's just like I said, we're trying to get to Freedom 35. Tommy's got to get an accelerated way to get there. So maybe this is the way to get there.
We gotta do it. We're gonna do it all at the same time on your 35th.
There you go.
Yes,
that's the one to go. Shout out to I do want to say thank you to Ryan and the team for being like patient with me too, and over time, they were communicated with me. We were going back and forth, so that was a fun surprise to wake up to. Although, like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hold off on just listing that thing for something.
Speaking of which, I mean, if we're dialing it back right now, if we win Mega Millions, we're still going to be here next week, though.
Oh, we're gonna have a different kind of fun stream. We can do this full time.
Fun stream. We'll have probably new times, new day. We'll probably do it every day y'all want.
We'll do an NFT.
I mean, if we win on Friday, y'all just we'll be live streaming all day Saturday and Sunday. Just
absolutely
48 hours in the Discord.
We're gonna build something so crazy that you guys will do a free mint for everybody, but it's got to be whitelist only.
Studio.
Whitelist only though, and we're gonna make the value of these things is gonna be worth something.
And we'll be bankrupt in about 6 months.
Yep. We're going to put $1 million into a pretty much like a DAO. You want to become a DAO? That's a spicy topic.
It's funny you say that because I almost said that, like actually called the project out.
Yeah. You want to call it? You want to be bro, you're a junkie, bro. Let's call it out. Call it for what it is.
Let's buy them out, bro.
No, I mean, that's a whole other topic. We can get into that another day. Although if you guys
sounds like live stream content.
Yeah, definitely some live stream content over there. But yeah, shout out to all the DAOs out there, man, making moves, Community.
Shout out to
the projects.
Hey, yeah, the problem is there's the community on a project that nobody cares about is a harsher reality.
We've seen it quite a bit where it's like it's a shame, where it's like, damn, this was a cool project and the community says they're taking over, but like it's not theirs and they don't know everything involved and they're not. Do they get access to everything? It's really, it can get complicated.
Yeah, that's and world of NFTs, man. We are in that timeline right now where there's going to be a lot more of these other projects that drop off, that go radio silent, that never, they're just slowly dying. They didn't have a plan, they didn't have execution. There's no community, there's no hype behind it, and they will slowly die off. And that's where these good ones are going to kind of rise to the top, and that's where you want to be. Especially in this kind of market, make sure you have a good project. They're going to be here. This
good project, good channel to watch.
Yeah. Hey, follow our channel, and we'll go ahead and we'll keep you guys informed.
Hey, give us a thumbs up too while you're watching, and if you're not sub, why not? And hit sub button.
Hey, yeah, and if you aren't,
Tommy, it doesn't work on Zoom.
Fine, man. All right, I was just trying it out. All right, but yeah, I think we dialed it up, wrapped it up. Tom, remember that thing on Chappelle's show, the wrap it up timer, where they just start playing them out with music and eventually you can't hear them anymore?